Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
Yeah.
Hi, welcome to Alberta and Clarence. I've got it with a French accent. Sorry about that. I'm so happy you guys could join me. Thank you for accepting my invitation and welcome to everybody who's watching us. Thank you very much for joining us. So, over to you, this beautiful islander couple. Would you like to introduce yourselves?
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Lisa, for having us both here.
Thank you so much.
We are so delighted to be here and be part of your journey. Lisa and I did a live sometime, I believe 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years
Yeah,
back.
2 years ago.
And she's, grown a lot in her journey. And I'm so grateful to be meeting her again today and now with Islander Boy in the live.
Yes. Thank you.
So my name is Alberta. I am originally from Bougainville in Papua New Guinea, but coming to you live all the way from Melbourne, Australia. I am a mom of three boys, wife to this handsome guy sitting next to me. And I started my business 5 years ago when I was on maternity leave with my youngest son, and became a job quitter 4 years in building this
Wow,
amazing opportunity.
congratulations. Congratulations. I love that.
I'm so
I
grateful.
love that when people are able to leave their jobs. Wow, amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's so wonderful to see you again after all this time because it feels like it was such a long time ago when we had our
Yeah,
last conversation. It's so lovely to see you guys with your big smiles. Wow, I love it. I love it. So, just for anybody who doesn't know me, my name is Lisa and I'm in Monaco. And thank you so much for joining us today. So, I'm going to ask a few questions to this wonderful couple. And my first question, I think, which will interest our viewers, is what did you do before this business? What were you doing? What were you doing for work? And what actually got you interested in working online?
all right. I'll get Islander Boy
Yeah.
then so that he can
Yeah.
introduce himself as well.
Yes. My name is Clarence. I'm from Papua New Guinea, um, based in Melbourne, Australia. Um, yes, she already mentioned it. We are job quitters. Um, I used to do a trade work as an electrician, and now I'm in this business and I'm loving it. Yeah. So thank you so much. And we have 300 boys here already mentioned it. Yeah. So yeah, for this business, she found a business. Yes, she found a business. Yes, she was on her maternity leave and with the little one, now the one we have, and she found a business. But as a skeptical husband, I was wait, yes. So it was a challenge to me, a big challenge. When she found a business, and because she was at home trying to help out because I was doing three jobs at that time. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Wow.
And yeah, so it was really hard for us, the bills and yeah, cope up with the three boys. And she was at home and she was trying to find something
Yeah.
to find, and she found this business. But she can, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I always wonder, why is it always the husbands that are the skeptical ones?
I don't know because I believe he never made an attempt to sit down and watch the webinar. Like
Yes.
Right.
he's always busy with work and he loved his job and he never thought that he was gonna be an online entrepreneur. And he
Yeah.
thought everything online is a scam. Maybe that's how
That is
he
the thing, isn't it? Because people
yeah,
do think that until they've seen the information.
yeah,
And it's true that if I have a couple and the let's say the lady is really interested and she has a skeptical husband, I always say to them, come and watch the webinar, find out, join one of our meetings, because
Yeah, and
You know
well,
what it's all about. You really have a valid opinion.
yeah, I have an accounting and nursing background. I used to work in an accounting job and then went to nursing. Basically, I was thinking around having an additional child, and that's the reason for looking for shift work. And that is why while I was studying my nursing, I had this third son. I have a 10-year gap between my middle son and him, because childcare was something that I believe everyone, they know it's very expensive. And so I thought of having children and, you know, cut, what will I say, moving away from that career is sometimes daunting. That's why they don't, want to. But I had to do it, and I thought around having a shift job so that we both can exchange. I can come home. When he comes home, I can leave him with the baby and go to work. And that's what the thought was. But every time he came, when I saw the business, I went to watch the webinar, how many, like 4 times. And then he would come home, I would say, hey, I want to start an online business. And he would go, no, you'll be scammed.
Yeah.
I said, and you know how when you're at home, with your baby as a mom and doing nothing, you're used to working, right? Now life has changed. I used to get really upset and I say, hey, you haven't watched the webinar. And he doesn't even know what the webinar is. He doesn't want to know what the webinar is.
I'm so glad you started. Because look how happy you guys are now. After, what is it, 5 years in the business?
Yes. 5
Yes.
years. He joined me when I was,
2
3
Amazing.
years. When I was 3 years.
I came into this business and everything changed from there.
And
that's my next question. So what has actually changed for you guys since starting this business? What's been the biggest change for you?
I believe for me is him coming onto the business, because when I did it myself, I didn't have the support.
Yes.
And even though he allowed us to use some of our savings, which when I started, he said, no, you're not doing it. I said, I need money to start this business. And then he allowed me to use our savings, because I explained, in the bank, when your money sits in the bank, it doesn't do any good, any interest or not. We have to invest it in this business so that we can grow. And he allowed me, which was good. But then for the, I think 3 years I was running it, he was
busy.
He didn't even support me. He loved his job. I would try to do a live like this. He would run away from me. And
she was doing lives and videos for her the business, and I used to hide away, just walk away. I used to hide.
And people would call me scammers. They will call me scammers, and I will feel, oh my gosh, if my husband came into the bed, to our video, people would have the trust. Even the ads that I used to run, people will just comment negatively, or how men can comment on a woman online.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a strength if there's both of you doing it.
Yeah,
and my husband.
Everything changed when I had a work incident. So from my job, heavy lifting and all this, and I end up in the hospital. I went for my surgery, and when I woke up from my bed, everything changed from there. So from that day, I told my wife that I'm gonna come into this business, and she was asking, "Are you okay?" I said, "I'm fine. I'm not gonna do this job anymore. I'm gonna do this business." So
Wow.
He woke up from his surgery, and they called us, "Hey, can you come and visit? Your dad is awake." We went, and the first thing, we want to find out how was it. And he goes, I'm starting the business. And I was thinking, is he hallucinating from the medication or what? Like, I Yes, he was so excited to tell me that he's gonna start his business.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
That's a
And-
blessing in disguise, wasn't it? It was really a blessing in disguise.
I
that.
remember when I went through the theater in the surgery room, and
Yeah.
when I saw the doctors and all the surgery doctors and all this, I was thinking from that time my brain was, no way, I'm not coming back in this bed.
Oh la la. Wow, what a blessing. You wouldn't have known that before, would you? But that was a blessing.
Yeah.
We always say there's a silver lining in everything.
Yeah, and then the
So
next
this
thing is
obviously-
when we quit
Yeah.
our jobs, became our own
Yeah.
boss. I believe that one of the biggest impact in this business, because where in the world could we have retired ourselves in our
Yes.
40s? That's something
Yeah.
that I don't know what type of business is out there that can retire people in their 40s and
Yeah.
still doing well in terms of financial wealth and basically health as well. That's something that we are deeply grateful for.
Yeah, and I am too. Yeah, thank you for that.
Creating
My next question is really, how has your definition of what is success changed? Sometimes we have an idea of what success is, and then when we actually become successful, our ideas could change. So that's my question. Well, how do you think your definition of success has changed, if it's changed?
Thank you so much. So for us, success is not just about earning and growing your financial wealth, but success now for us is time freedom.
Yes.
Being our own boss, waking up at our own time to run this business, working from anywhere we want, boss free. So as a couple, the only bosses we have is he bosses me around. And I boss him around.
That's what we just do, yeah.
And being present for our family,
Yes.
creating those
Yes.
quality time with our children. That's something that we are so grateful, and we couldn't have done that with our job. Our jobs was totally different, where we would we just exchange, and then if there was a milestone like a birthday for our son, I would just stay a little and then go, and he would be really upset. Mom, where are you going? And then as children, when you explain, they don't even understand, and you feel the guilt of just leaving them.
It was a big challenge for us when we both were working, and my boys didn't even attend any sports. To never play the game, because I told him that I don't have time for that, because my work was really busy at trading work, and now.
And growing as a person, growth
Yes.
for us as well, developing ourselves, personal growth, mindset.
Yes.
I love that this business does evolve into a real personal journey. Like you said, the financial side of it becomes a bonus, and really the mindset and the positivity and the personal growth that we have takes over, because at the end of the day, that's what gives us the happiness that everybody wants, right?
Yeah.
It's like living a more meaningful life now.
Yes.
Exactly. And having that time freedom, I think, is something you can never buy time. Once it's gone, it's gone. So we have the time freedom, which I actually, that's one of the reasons why I started, was for more time freedom. So I love that. Thank you very much for that. Lovely. So I have a question, which is always something that I like to ask. Having been in this business now for 5 years, you know how to run your business now. But in the beginning, when you were learning, maybe you were unsure of a few things. So what do you think you have learned today that you know, which you could have applied like 5 years ago? What would you have changed? What would you have done better? Do you have any advice for anybody who's just starting a business or who is curious? What would you advise them to do?
Thank you for that, Lisa. For me, I wish we have found this business, earlier, when we were in our 30s or 20s. And although this business has existed for 51 years, especially the company that we partnered with, that's something that I, think about saying, oh, life would have been different if I started in my 40s, 20s.
Yeah, we always talk about it.
I wish I'd found it when I was in my 20s too.
So we always talk about it. This was there and we didn't know.
No, but better late than never, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing that we find differently now is we never thought it was going to retire us in our 40s.
Right.
Yeah. That's something that I never thought would happen. When I used to do my video, that's what I used to say. The reason why I started this business is I want to retire young. I don't want to wait until I'm 67 or 70. I want to travel.
Yeah.
And these things, I said it 5 years ago. We are doing it today.
Yeah.
And it's like you now also have the belief that whatever you say as well becomes real. Because whatever we say that comes out of our mouth actually becomes real when you keep doing it. And so we have more self-awareness.
So you manifest what you want. You manifest what you want. And now, after a certain time, you can see that what you manifested is coming true. How wonderful is that?
I know. Making those 5-figure income, I never thought.
Yeah.
Looking at it in a private community, I never thought we would be earning that until it becomes a reality, and we're like, wow, I used to see these numbers only on our private group.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's very inspiring. Yeah, we don't get this pay from our paycheck.
Our job, no, we don't get paid.
No, of course you don't.
That's the thing I'm thinking about this business. I'm just loving it. Yeah.
And then having that full stream of income as well, where in our job we would check our pay slips, just one pay slip. In this business, we have sometimes we get 6 pay slips. We get paid in different accounts, and we're like, wow, this is mind blowing.
So what is it that you love the most about this business?
Family quality time.
Yeah, it might be different for both of you. So I'll let you answer this question individually.
My side, I would say family quality time. I am so blessed with my family, and especially because I've got 3 boys, and I'm always there when they go for the game, everything. And when the boys they grew up with us, because my job they didn't. Because my boys didn't know me because I was busy with work. And I remember when I wake up from the bed, they were standing next to the bed, and they were really down when the dad was in bed, even though when they left me at the hospital, when they came home, and they were just sitting like they didn't know each other because I was in a surgery. That's the first time that I was in bed and I was really, and then when they went there and they were asking, I just told them that I'm okay. Yeah, my boys were happy. Yeah, because they said, "Oh, we're gonna lose dad." I said, "No." The mom was saying, "No, your dad is okay." So the most important thing that I'm really enjoying is family quality time with the boys.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. And for me, it's flexibility. I love the flexibility. Now our automated system does most of that job for us, where I don't need to bug families and friends. But this business, the automated system that we have does an amazing job. Even while we're sleeping, we wake up in the morning, we have an action taker, or before we go to bed, all this, exciting comes in. And it's just amazing. So I love the flexibility, spending more time with, Islander boy as well, because we hardly saw each other when we came to Australia. Life was totally different from back in Papua New Guinea, where we had our normal job and we, worked. I believe it was more flexible in Papua New Guinea than when we arrived in Australia. Australia was something that we asked ourselves, hey,
We didn't know
we
each
come
other.
to work 7 days a week and
Even the
we
boys were
hardly see
complaining.
each other. Oh my gosh, we
Oh my
hardly have
God.
quality time. So these are some of the things that I love, quality time
Yeah.
with him now and our boys. And then the positive, like-minded community.
I love the community. I love that. That's the thing. I think that's the thing I love most are the
Yes.
people. And we
Yes.
always say to me that this is a people's business. You have to like people to do this business.
No.
Yeah.
We're on a mission, right? To help people transform their lives. And
And
this
we
is
have
what we do.
Yeah.
Who
I
would have
mean,
known that we would be talking to someone in Monaco?
Yeah.
exactly. It's
True.
global, worldwide. And I love this.
Community is like
international-
our family now. Yeah.
Yeah, I love the international community that we have. I think that is so amazing. And meeting people, in real life as well as online, it's just extraordinary, right? Who would have
Yeah.
thought that we would be talking together?
I
Amazing.
know, and
So,
wait to meet you in person as well.
I know.
oh, I can't wait. I can't wait for that. I'm going to Dublin on the next Gather and Grow, which we have, the next convention. I
Yes.
know there's one in Australia, isn't there, soon?
Yes,
Wow,
there's one
that's
in
going to be
Australia.
fantastic. Yeah. So, guys, this is not just online. You also have occasions and meetings where you can meet up for real. We're all real people. All right. So, this is an absolutely legitimate business with real people. Hi, somebody is watching us. Hi. Hello.
Jelly.
Hi, good afternoon, Islander girl. Yay. Wow, I love that. I love that. Watching from Papua New Guinea. Wow, amazing. Amazing. Thank you for watching. So I have one last question for you. And this is really for anybody who's watching as well. If you are curious and you want to know more about this business, let's ask Alberta, what would you say to them if they're curious, they're sitting on the fence, they haven't actually taken the next step to find out more, but they are curious and they want to know more, but they're just feeling a little bit, well, what do I do? What would you say to them?
Thank you for that. So my advice to them to be open-minded about checking something legitimate online. Basically, not everything online is a scam. So please take the time to get to check our webinars. We have it every Wednesdays and Fridays our time. I believe it's the other day on your side, yeah?
Yeah, it's in the middle of the night, but we can get the replays, right? It's Wednesday night into Thursday. And Tuesday. Yeah, so we just the replay because it's like 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah, you can catch the replay on the side in Europe. The replays
Once
are always
you're registered, you get the replay, right?
Yeah. And you don't have to figure it all out. I was like that when I came in. I just needed something as long as it's legitimate and it keeps me busy as a mom who's on maternity leave. And so I wanted to do that. And then everything started falling into place as I was building this business. So you don't have to be, better or you don't have to be financially secure to start this. Start where you're at.
Yeah.
Even at your down moment, because for me, I had a lot of things going through that time as well. It was COVID lockdown at that time back in 2020. I also lost my dad at that time. There was so much going on at that time, and I don't know how to say it, but this business has been one of the most a blessing in disguise for me. As you can know, someone who's in a different mental state of losing a loved one who's away and it's lockdown. I can't even fly to say my last goodbye. And at the same time, compiled with bills that are building up, you know.
Yeah.
Although it's not a get rich quick business,
No.
it was worth it. It was worth it.
Yeah.
I mean, you probably found it was like an anchor in your life, because life does have ups and downs. But I think with this business, it can be a constant, so that we know that we have this business to fall back on. You know, even when times are tough, we know that this business will always be there for us. So there's no going back when we get started. And as you say, you don't have to know everything before you start. In fact, one of the things that I love is that we're always learning. We start to earn, but we learn as we earn. So it's just a wonderful journey that I'm so happy that we've started. And I do invite everybody listening to join us on this journey, because there is so much value in what you get with our program, with our community, with our system. So just explore it. So we have our websites on here. So just sign up if you've connected with either of us. And we really hope that we can invite you on to join us in the inside and find out what this fabulous opportunity is really all about. So once again, Alberta and Clarence, thank you so much for joining me. It's been a pleasure to talk. And I hope to see you both very, very soon, maybe in Australia. Who knows?
Oh, you never know. I would love to. And thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you for having us. Thank you so much,
Thank
Lisa.
you. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. God bless.